When last we left off with Black Mirror, we had to go pester about the castle and in town to get the ladyship's tea. And we found out that in no uncertain terms that it was probably Lady Victoria that had our ass fucking kidnapped last time. Oh, and the thing I saw here is actually just a lighting glitch. There's a statue at the end of the pillar here. When the lightning hits, you can just see through it, it lights them up. Because for some reason they didn't think to do it for the stairs. It's a graphical glitch. But anyway, now we gotta go bug Bates. Oh, Bates!
Mr. Bates?
Yes?
Oh. Considering how... Like, this is still decorative, don't get me wrong. But compared to a lot of the other spaces in the house, this almost looks austere. Which is saying something. How you doing, Bates?
Are you not feeling too well, Mr. Bates?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Perhaps you should have a lie down.
I'll have a lie down when I have time to do so. The work won't get done on its own.
Sally could do it.
I doubt that very much.
Why do you doubt Sally, sir?
You don't think too much of Sally, then?
I don't think too much of her work.
So why do you employ her?
It wasn't my idea. Her ladyship insisted that we should employ a relief.
Not a great choice, apparently.
It won't last long. She'll soon have enough and then disappear.
What can you tell me about Lady Eleanor?
If you want to know something, why don't you ask her yourself?
I'd like to hear your opinion. Why do you think she brought Lewis here with her, after her husband's death?
And what do you mean by that, sir? Really now? I ask you, sir. Lady Eleanor is a lady, and she treats her servants accordingly. Lewis would have been unable to get a new position. He's simply too old. We can offer him a form of retirement here.
But neither Lewis nor Lady Eleanor give the impression of being happy with the arrangement. You could maybe even believe that she owes him something.
I would be aware of that, and I can tell you that your surmising is incorrect.
And yeah, it's our man! It's the man of the hour! Who, oh god, he needs a good cup of tea. Pat, pat, pat. Terminally ill old man. Wait. Oh, that's an old-fashioned inhaler. Shit. Damn, it must be like some kind of lung cancer then. I don't remember if they actually like specified last time we talked about it, because we found out last week he is terminally ill.
Lady Victoria.
Yes, sir?
She seems to me to be rather bitter.
She is a dignified old lady who has to bear a greater burden than I would wish for her.
The death of a husband and her 2 sons, the murders, the castle's decline, the end of the family line.
You said it, sir.
Ooh, I'm so curious. Cause like that we just started from well, not from a new save, but like from the latest save, so like fuck it, we risking it for the biscuit. What do you think of the Samuel's ghost myth, Mr. Bates?
what can you tell me about Samuel's ghost, which some of the tourists believe they've seen?
Indeed, there are a few tourists who believe they have seen him. But nothing unusual has happened for 12 years now, apart from the castle being virtually besieged by tourists every now and again.
But not anymore.
No. Although, only yesterday there was a married couple who came to see the castle and its alleged ghost. Since they asked me politely in advance, I let them have a look around the garden. But did they find what they wanted? I very much doubt it. There are no ghosts here.
No ghosts, but the painful memories left behind. TMI, I chugged a Mountain Dew and my cat jumped right on my stomach and I let out the loudest, most painful belch. Oh god, Chicky, are you okay? Are you good? and I know she's heavy, like, isn't she like 10 pounds now? Actually, she might be closer to 11. Okay, well, let's ask him about the locked door.
I've noticed a huge locked door on the ground floor.
I'd keep away from that, sir.
Why?
There was fire in the rooms through there some years ago. The damage was never properly repaired. The walls have been ruined by rainwater, and the beams have been rotting for 20 years or more. I think you would risk your life going into that wing of the house.
I saw Samuel's ghost right then. Gasp! And I think she's 15. She's a chonker. Oh yeah, you may want to limit like how much she eats then, because 15 is like obese for kitties. We don't need her developing heart conditions. She's still very young, so like she wouldn't develop anything right now, but it's better to get her to slim down just a hair. Like 3 pounds off.
That must have been quite some fire to destroy the wing like that.
It was a dreadful tragedy, such as we've already suffered too many times here. It must now be 24 years ago. Master Samuel and his enchanting wife Catherine were just married and had only recently moved into the castle. We were hoping that he would one day take over the castle from his father and give us a son and heir. But then, they had not even been here for 6 months. There was a fire.
Did anyone know how the fire started?
No. Master Samuel lost his wife in the fire, and then vanished for the next 12 years. He'd been deeply wounded by the events.
Have Verona died and she's massive cat overall and so she's just fucking big. I wonder if she's part Maine Coon. Cause that would fucking do it. Or Ragdoll. One of the two. She just happened to get more like short hair genetics. So she's not floofy. Paws and legs are huge. Oh my gosh. All her weight is in her legs. They are so powerful now. She makes Laura Croft jealous. Wait, Lara. Blah, blah. Anyway, let's ask about Samuel.
What kind of a man was he, this Samuel Gordon?
His father sent him off to boarding school early, since he was a very obstinate and wild child. His behavior improved at the school. The teachers described him as an alert, intelligent, and friendly boy. and in the holidays we found him so too. He got to know Miss Catherine after being at school. A wonderful, good-hearted woman. They were married and seemed to have found a perfect happiness.
What do you mean, seemed?
Well, there were some arguments when they lived here.
Was he violent?
To her, I don't really know, but I fear he may have been. Miss Catherine was unhappy, and if there hadn't been some wonderful times every now and again, then she perhaps would have left him. It could have been noticeable to us at that time. The two faces of Samuel Gordon. On the one hand, the loving, caring husband, and on the other, the arrogant and brutish egomaniac. After his wife's death, this nasty side of him seemed to disappear. He never visited us. However, common acquaintances described him as a profoundly sad and broken man.
That is, until he returned and slaughtered some innocent people.
It's terrible. We all wonder ourselves. Perhaps we didn't want to believe that this evil side of his soul had returned.
Sorry, I'm a little lost in thought. Because part of me does still wonder, like... Because, like, Darren, we can assume, is like a 24-year-old. So that this amount of time is completely perfect for him to be, like... having been spawned in this period in time. However, my main thought is... none of the things that happened to Samuel... and... by extension, Darren, until they showed up here. No strange thoughts, no violent tendencies, no nothing. Going off of what Bates has said. And what we have seen of Darren thus far. You know, this limited snippet of a window we get of his life. So, I'm still in the camp of there's just something fucking wrong with the castle itself. Like, there's something wrong with it that just makes them go absolutely batshit.
Were there any other victims of the fire? Anyone injured, perhaps?
Our cook at the time was the first to discover the fire and tried to pull young Mrs. Gordon from the flames. She became trapped by the flames and would have burnt to death had she not saved herself by leaping out of a window. But she injured her back very badly and had to leave us after that. Why are you interested in things which happened here so many years ago?
Well, the young lady at the lighthouse was also burnt.
I find the connection rather stretched.
I'll catch you later, Bates.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay, Darren doesn't have any cursory thoughts after that. So, maybe arsenic poisoning? Because, like, again, this is an old castle, and over time they would have given and made improvements to it over time. However, a lot of those improvements would have come with the drawbacks of the period, a la asbestos, arsenic, other poisonous chemicals and materials that are used in, or were used in the upkeep of homes. So, it just, who knows? It was bad in the States during this period of time, but I can't imagine it was all that much better over in England. However, it does, like, call it... And I don't think it necessarily just affects the Gordon men either. It affects the Gordon men the most, for sure, because of, like, their proximity to the castle. But except for maybe, like, Lewis, who also lives here, and we've seen, like, his personality change. Like, he was a gruff asshole before, but now he's even, like, way more standoffish. It was really bad in England. I watched a documentary on it. I totally would have died in Victorian England. I was fucking same, dude. Ugh. If not for the advent of modern medicine, I would have died at the age of 27. And I say that age specifically because that's when my gallbladder decided to implode. Fun bird lore facts. So now we've bugged the baits.
An old-fashioned...
So yeah, he doesn't have anyone to call. I would have died at 3 because I'd be the kid eating lead paint. Oh no. But yeah, like, even if we go back to the first game, Morris and... Oh god, what was his name? Morris and the gardener fucking hated each other. But I think part of, like, whatever ill effects they may have experienced were offset by them living off-site. Henry, thank you, Chicky. Henry and Morris. Technically, Morris lived on site, but he lived in the fucking barn. Okay, he was in the barn. He stayed outside, so he had very minimal contact with anything going on. Henry was just a drunkard, so if there was anything that was going on with them, it would have been offset by the booze, because they both fucking drank. Morris just was in more control of it than Henry was, from what we're told. However, that does leave Bates as being the odd man out, because he has been here since he presumably was a teen. And has been working here the whole time, being given room, board, food, in exchange for his service. Well, and of course the paycheck to, you know, spend as he sees fit, but... It's just interesting. And additionally, it doesn't really seem to affect the women all that much. Granted, we've only seen Lady Eleanor and, Lady Victoria. Great-grandmama Victoria. But it's just bizarre. I wonder if there's, like... Because I know when it comes to, like, masculine and feminine bodies, they can react differently to the same stimuli. Which is a weird way to say, like, chemical poisoning? Oh, fuck. But it is a thought. It is a thought. Let's talk to Sally.
She's so busy at the moment.
Okay, so we cannot talk to Sally. I know it's just a game. I know it's just game development, but Victoria and Eleanor look younger in this game over game 1. They do. It feels like Eleanor has swapped out the old, like, 1940s, like, late 1930s, 1940s clothes, which I assume was when she was last young, for, like, more modern clothes that are more comfortable. Because while those older clothes probably were still comfortable in their own right, there's still a lot to try to get into. I think it's also a matter of, like, we actually see her more up close and in different clothes that give off the impression of her being younger, given the time period. Because a lot of the person's age can be inferred from, like, how they dress as well. She still looks roughly the same to me, just a different wardrobe. But take that with a grain of salt because I am notoriously a bird that has a horrible time with faces. Oh yeah, their style is absolutely cute, and I want to steal it for The Sims.
They're drinking. I don't have any important questions.
Okay. I guess now do
Apparently
we...
behind the door are just a few rooms, all in danger. And until I have the key for
So... what do I do about that? We open that up. Menu diary. Latest task. Let's not kill Bates! Heads up quiz. I fully expect us to be little old lady sharing a cursed English castle and sipping teeners. Dude, that'd be amazing. I'd love to be like an ancient old lady in a castle with you. And honestly, like, technically, given my family, we're technically in line for a castle, but we're like 50 cousins down the line. So, like, it's not really feasible that it would ever happen. Unless, like, bought one, which apparently castles can be very cheap, but that's largely because their upkeep is so expensive. Also, hold on a second. I am fiddling with my audio settings because I'm noticing that I am peaking a lot. I keep clicking the wrong setting. What? Need to find a Bates. Yes. We will find a Bates. Oh, that's too loud. Okay, there's that. Where the fuck is the filters? I am actually gonna temporarily turn off the gain. How does this sound? Turn the game back on. How does this sound? Do I still sound okay? Because I had like some gain to improve my audio, but I've noticed like over the last few streams, I have been repeatedly peaking the mic, and it's made it hard to hear what I'm saying when I get really loud. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Mm. Okay. We'll see how it sounds in here. So we've got to do something to lure Bates out. Cough wasn't too bad. Okay. Ah, that's right. We flood the bathroom, and that'll get him out.
Water is still getting through, despite the flannel, but much less than what's flowing into the bathtub. That should create a distraction.
Hehehe. Preparatory bird work. Yeah, hopefully Bates doesn't ask us about the giant hole in the wall.
Mr. Bates?
Yes?
There appears to be a problem in the bathroom.
Mr. Bates, the bathroom's underwater.
Sorry?
I was just going past the bathroom, and the water was already washing into the hall.
Can you please get Sally, sir?
If Sally doesn't go to the bathroom soon, then Bates will go get her himself.
Okay. Is it still good? Can I still be like Then again, I've been pausing. As long as I can be heard over the audio. Bates doesn't understand this Boston lingo. It's fine. Also, Sally, I am so sorry. You might be under the bus with this one.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Sally, quick! The bathroom's underwater.
What?
Bates is really mad. You must have forgotten to turn the water off.
Oh, me? No, no!
Yeah, I think this might be... Given what we've, heard of the arrangement, we might have just cost Sally her job. Well, at least it's the early 90s and every kind of labor job is easily found. She could probably be like a waitress at the pub. We are getting into... Yeah, we're getting into Samuel territory here. He really is a Gordon.
But I really don't know how that could have happened.
I've had enough of your excuses. You've missed something there.
But I have never left the flannel in the bathtub.
Oh, her ladyship will hear about this. You can consider yourself lucky if we don't subtract the damages from your wages.
They're both occupied. Bates is distracted. Okay, let's go.
Alright, time to pretend we're on Room Raiders. Only instead of being creepy for a date, we must find everyone's materials.
You can see straight away that Bates isn't well. He seems to have problems breathing. Perhaps lung cancer. Bates would be better off in a hospital. But he would rather die than leave this castle.
Let's see. The bedpost is... Yeah, you know what? We've already started here. We'll just go around.
This bedpost looks more than a little strange.
Yeah, no, we are not raiding a little old man's underwear drawer. We're not doing that.
There's a slot in the side of the post. What have we got here? Hey, there's a little brass key inside.
I bet I know where that goes. Oh, there was some Z-clip in there.
The window looks out towards the castle gate. I can see the steps, the trees, nothing of interest. The butler is an orderly person, just as you'd expect. I can't find anything interesting.
Yeah, like, I can't really... Oh.
Bates isn't gonna leave any important Bates isn't gonna leave
And yet it's still highlighting.
The drawer is locked. That could be interesting.
Probably here. Because it's too small for the door downstairs.
Small metal box. A few documents. And a photo. That's my mother.
Dun dun dun.
It's a picture of Mom, Bates, and a few other servants in the snow in front of the entrance portal. Underneath it says, "The Good Spirits of Black Mirror Castle, Christmas 1969. That doesn't add up. I was born in February 1970, and in this picture, my mother doesn't look at all like she's 7 months pregnant. Does that mean... No. The photo must have been labeled wrong.
Curiouser and curiouser. And we'll check out the documents in a sec.
Box. I guess it's more like some kind of old-fashioned casket. It almost looks like a combination lock, just with symbols instead of numbers. Who am I kidding? There are thousands of possible combinations. I'm not gonna get any further with trial and error. I first need to find out which symbols are the right ones.
Well, can we, like, look at it? Or I guess not.
The bottle probably contains pure oxygen. It helps sick people breathe much easier.
Mm. I hope those get delivered, and that Bates isn't walking them himself.
Bates must be very sick. When he was sitting here earlier, I could see he's dying. The portrait of an uptight, miserable gentleman. Well, that's what you look like if you have to sit still for hours for an artist.
Hmm.
So what does Bates read then? Heinlein, Dick, Lem, Zalazny. Wow, the man really has taste.
Oh no, we are raiding his drawers.
There are clothes and underwear inside. Nothing important.
Thank goodness, Darren. You don't care. Patriots. No, he would never. He would never. Don't impart that curse on him.
I've no idea what it is. There's no name on it. It's not one of the usual suspects. Not Shakespeare, not an ancient Greek.
Maybe another golden. Can I get a look at it?
I first need to. It's too heavy for a jewel.
I guess it'll be in the documents. Hold on. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Just a little gain. Just a hair of gain. To make me a little louder. And I know I'm basically gonna have to edit it myself later. But you know what? It's fine. To, like, equalize, this later. But it's fine. It's fine. Alright. No. Stay in here, Darren. You're doing some reading.
Checkbook, a few notifications, and transfer forms. These are exactly the same ones I found in my mom's desk. And the handwriting is an exact match, too. So it was Bates who was regularly sending cash to my mom. But on whose behalf? And am I really just looking for my father? This thing here could still be interesting. There's a note here between the papers. It has a header which says combination. Either the writing on the photo is wrong, or I'm not just looking for my father. The picture was taken apparently 2 months before I was born. But my mom's looking slimmer than I've ever seen her. That looks like some kind of an aid memoir that Bates has written out. He must have conceded that his memory wasn't getting any better and wanted to play it safe. It says here, on Sir Egmont's portrait, the builder's eldest sister, my Christian name, the nymph's numbers.
Ooh. He's already written it down, so we'll open up the diary here. Here we go. So I'm just gonna write it down. Just because, like, I don't want to keep referring to this. So it's... shit. Damn it, pen! Right. There we go. So, Sir Egg... Build sister. Must find Sir Egg, yes. Let's see, Bates' name. And, I guess I'll just go door nymphs. There we go. So, wouldn't his portrait be them, I guess?
Hopefully, they're both still occupied.
We're going to discuss this immediately.
Oh god.
Nothing happened!
Only because the police officer discovered it before it was too late. Do you know what might have happened?
They're going downstairs. Excellent. In all the commotion, Bates will have forgotten that he didn't lock his room. The water on the floor and in the bathtub is gone, as well as the flannel. The water on the floor.
But this is still interactable, so there may be something to do with this again later. Also, nothing is said of the mirror. Nothing was said of the mirror that we broke.
I'll never be able to look in the mirror again without a shiver running down my spine. I'll never be able to look.
Okay. You good, Bates?
I'll give him a few minutes break from me.
Fair enough. Or, yeah, or the hole in the wall. You know, didn't Samuel also break a mirror before he left this place? We really are his child. Hi. You know what? Fuck it, we risk it for the biscuit.
Can you tell me Bates's first name?
Now that's odd. He's been working for us for so long that I can't remember him ever having a forename. Please ask him yourself, Mr. Falk.
If that was only so simple.
Huh.
As I understand it, this house was built by your two ancestors, Marcus and Mordred. Is that correct?
Well, they at least laid the foundation stone. Most of the foundations, the cellars, and a few walls are from that period.
Not the rest.
Oh, no. You don't seem to be too au fait with architecture, Inspector. In Marcus's time, they weren't able to build castles like this. That came much later.
Who gave the castle its present-day look?
Many of the masters of Black Mirror improved and extended the castle, laid the gardens, and modernized all of the fixtures and fittings. But the one who really had the greatest influence on the fabric of the castle, as you see it now, was Frederick Arthur Gordon. He gave the castle the appearance it has today.
Frederick Arthur Gordon, then. Thank you.
And who is Sir Egg?
Is there a Sir Egmont in the Gordon family?
Sir Egmont? No. That doesn't ring a bell at all.
Or perhaps is there someone in the area with the name?
No. I'm sorry. Not that I know of.
Strange. Someone who Bates knows, but not Lady Victoria. That doesn't make things simpler, exactly. I'll go and take a bit of a look around.
Of course.
At this point, I'm pretty sure she knows something is up, because at this point, we have asked so many questions that are outside the realm of a police investigation entirely, but she's just happy to have a little life in the castle again, and I'm noticing I'm peeking again. I'm turning the fucking gain off entirely. Hold on. Like, even, that wasn't, like, as loud as I could be, and it was getting a little much. Maybe Eleanor knows something.
Do you know Bates' first name?
What a strange question. I'm afraid I can't help you with that.
Why did they make Darren so soft? Like, you can hear, Lady Eleanor just fine.
Does the name Sir Egmont mean anything to you?
A remote neighbour in Wales was called Sir Egmont. But you surely can't mean him.
No, surely not. Sir Egmont must be someone that Bates knew personally. Otherwise, the aide memoir would make no sense. I'm going to have another look around. Goodbye, Lady Eleanor.
It's nice to see another face in this house.
Yeah, see? Yeah, they absolutely know something is up. That we are not actually investigating at this point, and we're just being a nosy little shit. And they're like, oh, no, it's fine. It's nice to have young blood wander the halls again. I guess it's on this side then. Wait, I think I remember Sir Egmont, but I might be having a Mandela effect, because if it is what I think it is, it made me chuckle. Oh.
So, Frederick Arthur Gordon, where are you? Ah, here he is. Frederick had 4 sisters. The oldest answered to the pretty name of Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a few minutes break from me.
Okay. Hey, Sally! We have to pester you!
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Do you know Bates's Christian names?
What? No. Lucifer, maybe.
Ha!
Does the name Sir Egmont mean anything to you?
Sir Egmont? Of course.
Really? Who's that then?
And why do you want to know that?
I need the information for my investigation.
And what if I didn't tell you?
What's that supposed to mean? Come on, tell me.
Well, one good turn. Being a copper, you can certainly do me a little favor. My brother Rupert's got a problem with a few speeding tickets. Maybe you could...
Hey, slow down. I'm not the traffic police. Tell me who Sir Egmont is, or your brother's speeding tickets will be the least of your problems.
You can't force me. I'm not telling you anything until you've helped me out, too.
Okay. So what's your brother's name?
Rupert Wood.
I'll see if there's anything that can be done. Perhaps I can fool her on this. Okay. I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Ah, don't worry about it.
Sally is really kind of dumb, isn't she? Like, we're masquerade, like, for one, we're already breaking the law ourselves. We're impersonating a police officer. Like that's a federal crime. And I'm sure it's still a federal crime over in England. But even if we were an actual, like, investigative officer, I don't think we would have had the pull to say, oh, hey, this guy's speeding tickets. Let's ignore them. Like, are you kidding me? Sally. Sally, no. Oh, wait, no. Just Stables.
I'd rather leave.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps I can find out something about Sally's brother.
Aha. I don't blame him for not wanting to talk to Lewis. Yeah, I don't. I don't either.
Hello, operator? Can you connect me with, Mr. Rupert Wood, please? No, I don't know where he lives. How many have you got in your computer? 18? Yes, okay.
Holy shit.
18 Rupert Woods. That's gonna take too long.
Actually, no. Like, by the time you and I were old enough to actually be able to use a phone chickie, they had already been well phased out. Or, like, did you still have some in your area? Because in my area, I know we, like, didn't have them anymore. Oh! So some of them did still exist. But yeah, no, I remember, like, just dialing phone numbers. And it would just be a dial tone when I would pick up the phone. So I guess in my area, they were already defunct.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
The speeding tickets have been cancelled. Now, what's all this about Sir Egmont?
The tickets have gone? Wow, that was quick. So,
And where am I supposed to know that from?
if you really had got the tickets cancelled, then you'd know. I'm not helping you until you've helped my brother.
Okay. I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Ah, don't worry about it.
Well, hey Bates, what do you know about her?
Can you tell me where Sally's from?
Her family has a farm in Sussex. At least that's what she told me.
Do you doubt that?
Not really. Her behavior and the way she talks quite clearly point to farmyard origins.
I'll catch you later, Bates.
Goodbye, sir.
Bates, what's your first name? I want to be pen pals. Dude, if only that would fucking work.
Let's try it. Hello, operator? Please put me through to Rupert Wood in Sussex. Yes, I'll wait.
I was about to say, just...
Mr. Wood.
Oh.
Mr. Rupert Wood. Do you have a sister named Sally? Yes, my name's Inspector Falk. I'm calling on behalf of the traffic police. Yes, calm down. No, listen. No, she isn't. It's concerning your speeding ticket, sir. It seems as though someone has made a mistake. According to our records, you are 99 years old. Huh, that surely can't be right, can it? 34. Yes, I thought so. Listen, I'm gonna delete the record, okay? Your speeding ticket is thereby null and void. Yes. No problem. Goodbye, Mr. Wood. Rupert Wood, 34, from Sussex, now believes that his speeding ticket has disappeared into thin air. Hopefully his sister believes that too.
Yep. I know I keep saying it in jest, but yep. we're a fucking Gordon because Darren just keeps throwing people under the bus for his own personal investigation. Oh god. Ow. Alright, you bitch. Now tell me about Sir Egmont.
Good day, Sally.
Yes?
Alright. The speeding tickets have been cancelled. Now what's all this about Sir Egmont?
So, where does my brother live, and how old is he?
Rupert Wood, 34, domiciled in Sussex, as of now, does not have any speeding tickets against him.
You're a darling.
Okay, that's enough. Now, will you at last tell me who Sir Egmont is?
Here he is.
Breakfast cereal?
Sir Egmont's finest breakfast flakes. They're Bates's favourite. They're very soft and easy to chew.
Oh.
Clever. And what does the old guy wear on his uniform? A medal in the shape of a cross. That's it. Okay. I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Ah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, worry about your brother who's about to be, defaulted on his fucking tickets. That's not gonna go fun. Anyway.
I'd rather leave.
Yeah, I kind of figured. No, go away. Where the entrance? Castle Gate. Here we go. Using a bland-ass cereal as part of your combination is the most old person move ever. Fucking right. And like, what if the company ever changed the cereal mascot's design? Like, didn't you just be screwed?
There isn't really anything to see on the base of this figurine. Just a vertical line. Is it supposed to be a Roman 1? There's a Roman numeral carved into the base of the figurine. 19. XX is engraved on the base. Either there's an X missing to warn of its lewdness, or it's a Roman 20.
Oh, come on. It's a tasteful nude. That ain't lewd. So... 20... 19... 1... But... Isn't there supposed to be like a fourth nymph?
XX is engraved. There's a Roman numeral carved into the base of the figurine. 19. There's a Roman numeral. There isn't really anything to see on the base of this figurine. Just a vertical line. Is it supposed to be a Roman 1?
Oh, no. Art line. Okay. Because, like, I know there's another... There's supposed to be, like, 4 of them, but, like, the angle of the camera only shows some of them. Let's see, 20, 19... I mean, is it, like, going down the line? So would it be, like, 18? Is that, like, that form of logic puzzle? Oh, hang on, mailbox.
Hey, there's a letter inside.
Fuck yeah! Alright.
It's addressed to Mr. Bates, Blackmere Castle, Willow Creek.
In just a moment. First, we're gonna commit mail fraud.
If Bates's full name isn't going to be on the envelope, then perhaps maybe at least in the letter? It's a bill for a gravestone, made according to your desired blah blah blah. The inscription is as follows: Edward Bartholomew Bates, to know one's duty and to carry it through. That is everything. So, Edward Bartholomew then. Weird name. And which symbol does that point to?
And the fact that he's paying for it himself. Because I bet you he didn't want Lady Victoria to worry about it. So, let's see. Let's see what's in the diary. Oh, okay. So it is just still one. And that's 19, and that is 20. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if that's enough.
It almost looks like a combination lock, just with symbols instead of numbers. Who am I kidding? I first need to find out which symbol...
Okay, so we still gotta figure that out. So 2 of them were given to us easily. Very close to getting all the answers. Okay. Do I give Bates the letter? No. Do I give it to Victoria? No. One more step in the last 2. Okay. Oh, wait! The 4 nymphs!
XVIII is written on the bottom corner. Ah, a Roman 18. Let's see. The nymphs have the numbers 1, 18, 19, and 20 on them. That would be 58 in total. But that doesn't help me with the symbols. What have these numbers got to do with the aid memoir? Maybe the numbers represent letters of the alphabet. What would that give us? A-R-S-T. Tars? No. Star. Yes, of course. The symbol is a star.
Hell yeah! Okay, so now I gotta figure out what the fuck the other step for Bates is with this. And it's probably a hint in his room. Darren just Sherlocked that thing. He is unreasonably smart. But that's why he's gone to college for that fucking engineering degree, or he was until all this shit happened. I honestly do appreciate how smart they made Darren, so that he could be a fill-in for, like, what information a player may not know. Because I can tell you right, meanwhile Samuel touches a live wire and dies. I mean, to be fair, that's not his canonical death. I just knew what was going to happen, and I wanted to see it anyway. I wanted to see Samuel burn. Bzz, bzz. Okay. It was so... He just grabs it and just drops.
I'll give him.
Okay. Oh, I can talk to her?
Do the names Edward or Bartholomew mean anything to you?
Mean anything? What do you mean by that, Mr. Fogg?
Perhaps you associate a particular symbol or sign with these names.
Oh, I've always been interested in these kinds of things. Now, let me think. Now, Edward doesn't have any significance for me, but the name Bartholomew comes from the Bible. Saint Bartholomew. He was one of the 12 apostles. He preached in Persia and also in India, possibly. He died a martyr's death. He was flayed alive. His skin was removed. That's why his symbol is a knife.
A knife. I think you may well have helped me with that.
Glad to. Even if I do find your questions rather odd. Surely they can't all be to do with the dead girl.
Oh, it's a complicated case. I'll go and take a bit of a look around.
Of course.
What did I say earlier? What did I say? She's suspicious of us. She knows. She's not stupid. Oh no, we better hurry. Let's see, when I was in Spanish class, I took the name Victoria because of this game, then promptly changed it to Penelope due to Hamtaro. Those inspirations are like the opposite ends of the spectrum! Oh, Chicky never fucking change. Hey, what am I saying? You never did change, and that's one of the fun things about you. To be fair, we have like the worst cover story ever. We really do. We're really impersonating... We're really impersonating a fucking cop trying to figure out what happened to Angelina, who I still think is alive. Oh my god. Darren is gonna be in so much trouble after this. So... Okay, across... The rose can stay. We need a knife. Knife. And now we need a star. Also, damn, dude. Bates, my guy, you really need to get some WD-40 in this thing.
That's it.
There it goes.
A big key. There's only one door here whose key you'd hide in a casket.
Oh.
And a small golden medallion, or at least half a small golden medallion. It must have been one you could open originally. There are small hinges on it. Inside is a photo of me. Me as a little boy, 3 or 4. I'm certain it looks just like the pictures of me as a child in Boston. Was I adopted? There's something engraved on the back of it. Adrian. Is that my name? And if it is, why was it changed when I was adopted? To make it more difficult for the Order to find me?
Well, to be fair, Darren, I'm pretty sure, like, the Order no longer existed when you were a small child. Like, if everything that we've seen up until this point is to be believed, Miss Valley is the one that reignited the Order. And it could be that, like, in a bid to make sure that there were no more Gordons left, she had the Order start searching to see if there was anyone left, possibly. And somehow, somehow, your existence got leaked. And that's when... oh, fuck. Boris came after your ass. And that's assuming Boris was part of the Order, though. They did kill him. Oh, God. Oh, God. Darren's existence got giga leaked. Angelina is a part of the Order. She is a part of the Order. And I bet Boris was sent to run interference as well as make sure that we were okay. I'm calling that right now, because if the Order was really after us, and Boris got in the way, like, I know there was that whole thing of, like, oh, we're not supposed to know each other and what we are, like, from the book, the Chronicle. But if push came to shove, those in the Order would... Can I just say I'm so happy this music is back? Alright, it's very wonderful. Very moody. But, like, seriously. Like, all the pieces are... I don't know if the pieces are clicking correctly, but they're clicking. Because, like, if Boris had been part of the Order, even if they weren't supposed to know of each other's existence, they would still know the tells to tell each other that they are on the same quest. He was there to help Darren, probably to keep him safe. I bet you my bottom dollar that he has been keeping an eye on Darren since he and his mother went to Boston. I'm calling it right now. He has been in the background like a secret agent watching him grow up to make sure nothing happened to him. And we only noticed him in Fiddleford. Oh, because, like, it's not as busy as Boston is. It's just not. And more than likely, he became easier to notice because of that. Plus, he was no longer concerned with staying hidden at all. Because his number one priority was then following after the woman that seemed to have too much interest in Darren. Oh god, Darren's cooked. Darren is fucking cooked. So yeah, Angelina isn't dead. I am now 100% certain of that right now. Angelina is not dead. And she is gonna serve us up on a silver fucking platter. Not Broken Wing. Just to be safe. Trust nothing in this game, you know?
Apparently behind the door are just a few rooms.
Yeah, fine.
Time for a few answers.
Wait, what if we aren't a bastard?
This is the only accessible room in this wing. Next door is locked, and all the other rooms are completely dilapidated.
So, our mom wasn't our mom. So, oh my god, so does that mean that... So Victoria isn't part of the Order? Because if she suspected at all who Darren was, and what he is and what he would mean to her and the family, it could be she was trying to keep him safe. Maybe. I'm just like... I got the gears turning on overtime. I got steam coming out my bird ears.
The material is really rough and old. It's grown stiff over the years.
We'll leave that to last, because that's gonna be something.
The curtains are very tasteful and can't have been cheap. They're probably even made by hand. Little light gets in through the window, and the curtains make the room even darker. Outside I can see a courtyard. Quite dreary. There's a small wooden plate lying here.
Puzzle
Looks like it belongs
piece.
to a game. I've got the feeling I've seen it somewhere before. Someone has written Ralph on the back.
Okay, fireplace.
There hasn't been a fire in this fireplace for ages. There's some white ashes on the floor, but no wood. It's cool here. I can feel a draft. The wind's probably whistling right over the chimney up on the roof.
Ralph, our homie! Yeah. I hope he's doing okay, because, like, it's storming pretty bad. He's probably hiding in his little tin shed.
Another old picture like all the rest. A woman with a rigid face and dead eyes. I can't tell when the picture was painted. Time seems to stand still in this castle. The woman's clothing isn't much different to Lady Victoria's. The woman could have lived here 200 years ago. Or 20 years ago.
Alright, time to look in the pareidolia mirror that looks like it's already got a dead skull in it. Hey, Victoria upped her style! She went to All About Style to download the latest Sims clothes. No, I'm kidding. Although I think they're
There's a
still
huge
making
mirror built
clothes.
into the wall. Quite elaborate for such a simple mirror. The mirror is very lavish and ornately framed. There seems to be some kind of mechanism at the bottom of it. I've got no idea how it works. I think something's missing. My photo is in one half of the locket. The name Adrian is engraved on the back. Something small is definitely missing. A ball or something that fits in this hole.
Oh, a ball. Where in the fuck are we gonna find a ball?
Something small. Some.
I'm very close to. Okay, we'll try to finish up the chapter then.
Everything is ready for tea time.
Okay.
They're drinking.
Okay.
She's so.
Okay.
The floor.
And he walks over this time.
There's nothing about the well.
And the bird has nothing for us.
I'd rather leave him.
Okay. I guess, does Bates have anything to say? Where the fuck is Bates? Ah, fuck, he's vanished.
An old-fashioned... XVI.
Okay, so there's that. Jumped out the window. No! Oh, cupboard?
A pile of towels. Small ones, big ones, nothing but towels.
I'm gonna pause my timer really quick and I'll be right back. Rusty's in my window, I'm gonna get him in the house. I'm not gonna go to the BRB screen because I'm not gonna be gone that long. Rusty is possessed by Samuel's ghost. He's ready for chaos. Oh no. He may have Gordon's spirit, but he is not possessed. Hang on, Rusty. Let me... Oh god. There you go. He also demanded his can, so it took me a little longer than anticipated, but also did not still need... Blah, blah, blah. It still did not necessitate using the BRB screen. Ah. Oh, fuck. Just call me coughing. Oh, whoops. Oh, wait, he actually gets pretty up close. Yeah, look at him. He's a right Samuel knockoff.
The water on the floor. No, thank you. What?
Once, okay.
A thing from a kid's game. There's an animal.
Back it says Ralph. Oh shit, hey, I can go to the academy. No, he's still enjoying his flute. That makes me unreasonably happy because it's so fucking cute. Anyway. Rusty is the Gordon spirit. He demands things from his minions or he'll have that job. Okay, so the question becomes, then I guess, like, where is this round ball I'm supposed to find?
Something small.
Maybe there's a board game I missed somewhere?
Old Frederick Arthur's oldest.
Oh, I hate the fucking whispers.
She's so big.
Can I at least tell you... can I at least tell you what your reaction will be when you figure... Oh, God. Is it another one of those things of, it's something very obvious?
I'd rather... Either the writing on the photo is wrong, or not just looking for my father. The picture was taken apparently 2 months before I was born. Either the writing on the photo, the picture was taken. I'm gonna keep this portrait of Angelina. She looks just stunning. Most beautiful girl I've ever met.
The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure it out before, like, the end of the game. That's, like, my main not like the end of the game, but, like, the end of this session. Especially if, like, the end of the game... Or not... The end of this chapter is so close. Yes, please, Chicky. I would like you to be navigator. What am I supposed to be doing?
XVI.
Okay, so I was somewhat on the right track then.
Hello, Ralph?
Hi, Darren.
Hi, buddy. You remember this thing?
Ralph, I've got something here and was wondering if you could maybe help me out with it.
I've got one of those too. Here, look.
A sliding block puzzle. I remember those from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Is it yours? A nice lady gave it to me.
A lady?
Yes, I couldn't recognize her, but Mr. Bubby says she's a holy one.
Interesting.
Mr. Bubby says you can have it. It's a bit broken.
Well, that's very nice of Mr. Bubby. Thanks a lot. I need to get going, Ralph.
See you.
That is so fucking weird. I guess it used to be Ralph's at one point in time.
I've got to get it so that the number of the same colored counters in a row corresponds to the number on the edge. I don't know what happens after that, though.
Okay. I see it now. I see it. I was looking for like a third color, but it's just two. So this one stays in place because there's nowhere else it can go. This one doesn't specify, so I guess it doesn't really matter here.
At the bottom right, there's a little flap, and it tinkles when I shake the puzzle. Maybe there's something in it.
But first, before I solve that, I want to go back to Black Mirror, because I have a suspicion that what we need for this puzzle here is in this puzzle.
I've got to get it so that the number...
Oh, that is correct.
Give it all to my baby, all to my baby, all to my baby. 'Cause I trust a little, trust a little, trust a little. I remember last time you said you slept with that other guy. That's why it's hard for me to trust you another time. Give it all to my baby, all to my baby, all to my baby. 'Cause I trust a little, trust a little, trust a little. I remember last time you said you slept with that other guy. That's why it's hard for me to trust you another time. My friends and I were at a party. I wasn't counting on you. I watched myself like a taking.
I need to... Oh! Hey!
The ball's outside. Now let's see what we can start with this.
There we go. We did it! We worked our puzzle brains, baby! Right as I sent it. Thank you, Chicky, for the help.
Yes.
I just need
fits. The little ball rolls around the outer circle. Now I need to adjust something else. I think it has to get to the middle.
I just needed to threaten cheating, and that made it do its thing.
I think the ball has to go into the... I can rotate the individual discs with this button at the front. The buttons on the side seem to make the partition walls go down. Alright.
Oh
let's see.
god, is this the kind of puzzle I think it is? Oh god. What the fuck? Fuck! It was right there! All I gotta do now is wait.
Got it.
I didn't even do
The mirror,
anything.
It's actually a secret door.
I did fuck all. I magooed my way through that. And the thing is, Luigi does nothing vibe. Kinda.
There isn't the slightest sign of decay. In fact, this is one of the most well-maintained rooms I've seen in the entire castle. It looks like a nursery in an old movie. A girl's room. Look at this. More little balls.
What the fuck? Did Samuel have a sister?
Like in a dollhouse. A four-poster bed. Velvet, silk, and lace. Whoever it was that set this up wanted a doll for a child.
Yeah, because that would be the most uncomfortable set of bedding.
I've had enough of mirrors. Especially in this castle. A porcelain music box. And underneath it, the third piece of mosaic.
Why was that here? Why was, genuinely, why was that here?
These windows also look out in the courtyard, just like in the mirror room. You can't see either of the rooms when you're standing in front of the castle. Just another door that's not gonna get in my way. Just another door that's not. Just another door that's not. This melody.
Oh god, this is the same song Samuel heard. It's their sleeper agent song!
Oh! Oh!
Oh god.
Ah!
Oh. Oh great, he's having a seizure. Chapter 6! What the fuck? Okay.
Adrian? Adrian, wake up.
Who the fuck are you?
Father had changed a lot. It poisoned him. It brought out his dark side. Made him go mad. It burnt me.
Mom?
I was pregnant. Twins. The doctor said it was a miracle that I gave birth to 2 healthy children, despite my burns. Despite all the suffering. A miracle. At first I didn't want you. You reminded me of him. Of what happened. Of my scars. The pain.
I didn't want to live anymore. But then, these two little things just lying there, helpless, innocent. I took my parents-in-law's offer, and after more than a year in various hospitals, we moved here. I needed a hiding place. I didn't want to show my face to the world. You needed a family, and yes, I thought I understood how it had all come to that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting her to be alive, which raises some genuine questions about what happened. So, you know what? I'm not gonna to think about it. I'm just questions will be raised. There are several already, but we're gonna get a few in just a moment.
And Samuel?
Your father didn't know that I was still alive, and he didn't know anything about you two. I started to hate him. He ruined my life, and his parents' life. When he turned up here, after his grandfather's death, I hid myself here in my rooms, and I waited for him to disappear again. Angelina was at boarding school, far away, safe. Friends had told Victoria that Samuel was a broken man after the fire, and didn't seem so nasty anymore. But I was still afraid of him. When the first murders happened, I sensed that Samuel's dark side had returned. However, Bates reassured me. He said that Samuel gave the impression of being quite balanced. And after all, the first incident, William's death, happened before he'd arrived. They didn't believe me when I told them how quickly and completely the curse would take control of him. Bates and Victoria blame themselves for that to this very day.
So this game is literally, you know, outside of the fact that her mom's still alive, it just pulled a fucking Star Wars. And by that, I mean, two of the main characters didn't know they were fucking siblings and they kissed. Oh, fuck.
Did Angelina grow up in the castle?
No, not really. She went to various boarding schools and was only here during the holidays. A dreary castle and a disfigured... like me. Oh, not the right environment for a child. I think she was always happy when the holidays were over.
What happened then? Why did she look for me?
2 years ago, she came to visit the castle for a few weeks. She skulked around the place, read books. I didn't think she was in danger. All the other women of the family were left untouched by the curse, you see? But somehow it struck her. It made her think that she was destined for something bigger. Whispered to her power and fame. Tempting for a child who perhaps never got the attention she needed. Once we worked out that she was absorbed in things that should never have seen the light of day, we took her away from here. We reinitiated the order and hired someone to track her down after she escaped.
Reginald Boris.
Right. Once he tracked her down to Biddeford, sheer horror broke out within the order. What would she want from you? Your blood? We gave orders to do whatever was needed to keep Angelina away from you.
So that was a little glitch. I hope it was just a kiss, yeah, for fucking real. And the thing is, like, minor correction. So Angelina knew the entire time what we were and was still willing to toy with Darren that way. We got a little bit of the Gordon in us. I mean, we're 100% Gordon, don't get me wrong. But, I think Angelina got more of the Gordon, if you get my drift. Oh my gosh.
What was it that drove my father and great-grandfather mad?
The castle. It's the castle.
What do you mean, the castle?
Oh, you were a happy child. Both of you were. You enchanted the nurses and were my guiding light in a dark night. But your behavior changed here in the castle, Adrian. We'd just been living here for a few years when you nearly killed your sister. You became aggressive, volatile. One day you pushed Angelina down the big staircase into the hall. It was a miracle that she only broke her arm. She could have been dead.
Did you give me away because of that?
I didn't give you away. It was for your own safety. But I saw Samuel's look in your eyes, Adrian. I was scared of my own little boy. Mrs. Michaels, the cook, who tried to pull me out of the flames and paid with her own health, took you on. You can't imagine how happy I was when I heard that your behavior became normal again in America.
You mean this castle made me sick? Made me go mad?
The people here believe that there is a curse on the golden males. Perhaps the curse means that they drive themselves to disaster as long as they live here.
Did the Order imprison me in the bunker? And kidnap me and take me to Wales?
No. We first found out from Miss Valley that you were here. We decided to get you away from here and tell you the plain truth. But it was like you suddenly disappeared from the face of the earth. We feared that Angelina had got to you.
It wasn't Angelina. Or at least not her alone. There was a man with a mask in the jail.
That wasn't one of us. Or at least I hope it wasn't. The Order searched the whole area and we finally found you in our own assembly room of all places. We drugged you and we took you to Wales, to Eleanor's old castle. Miss Valley was already on the way to explain everything to you, but when she arrived, you were gone.
What role do Bates and Lady Victoria play in all this?
They, like me, have witnessed what the curse can do to good people. So they've dedicated their lives to not letting it happen again.
They've brought the Order back into being. An Order that was founded centuries ago to fight against the curse and its repercussions.
Until it was forgotten. We've all paid dearly for that.
Who are the members of the Order?
Victoria, Bates, Eleanor, and myself are committed to the Order. But the others do the real work. The young Miss Valley, for example, she's the leader.
Because her brother Vic fell prey to Samuel.
That's right.
Who killed Angelina?
We don't know. Victoria thinks that Angelina might have done something to herself in her madness.
Pouring gas all over herself and setting herself on fire? Nonsense.
I know. Perhaps we have another adversary that we know nothing about.
Or could it have been me?
Impossible. We followed you through the sewer system. You didn't have time to drive to the cliffs and kill her.
Then it was the great unknown?
I doubt that we don't know him. It must be someone who knows about all the incidents in the castle and knows about the Order. One of us.
Who?
If I knew, then he would already be regretting what he has done. Angelina was a good child. She had recovered, just like you had. We should have just taken her away from here forever.
You know, it seems like now would be a good time to just move the family to Wales. It's lovely this time of year. I mean, sure, the place is turning into a swamp, but all you really gotta do is just, you know, lock up Black Mirror, maybe bulldoze it, and then just live in Wales. I mean, sure, it's got like a swamp encroaching on it, but you know, nothing a little terraforming won't fix. And Lewis will be happy. Yeah, he'll be able to go back to his garden. Give him a whole fleet of gardeners to keep the swamp at bay. And while I would weep for the loss of, of the beautiful architecture that is this game, it's not worth a fucking curse. Fuck that. Burn the bitch down. The rest of the way.
What happens to me now?
You have to get away from here. As far as you possibly can. We don't know who killed Angelina. They could also be after you.
You mean after my blood?
That's why we have to get you out of here and organize a new identity for you. And secondly, you have to leave here under your own will. This castle, this whole area isn't good for you. I'm afraid that you would change again. If you stayed any longer, you'll hallucinate and maybe one day do things you don't want to.
You mean I'll see things that aren't there at all?
I don't know. I only know that it made your father capable of butchering a 12-year-old boy.
All right then. I'll go. Mom? Will we see each other again?
Talk to Bates. He'll arrange plane tickets for you. You fly to Florida. We'll see each other there again in a few weeks. It's all too much. I know. But one day you'll understand. We'll talk about it, and I'll explain it all as well as I can.
Oh, it's not that bad. But I was expecting like a hug, but...
You know now, Master Adrian.
Yes. Why didn't you say anything?
When I heard your accent, I thought it might be you, Master Adrian. But I only knew you as a child, and from what your adoptive mother said, I was only sure once you showed me the photograph of Miss Angelina.
You knew she was dead?
Yes. Her ladyship and I drove to the scene early this morning. Our source in the police informed us.
Why all the smoke and mirrors? Why didn't you just tell me what I needed to know?
We didn't know how you'd react. I went to the village a short while ago to inform Miss Valley and the others, but I couldn't find anyone.
Oh God.
Lady Victoria thought it would be best to keep you occupied and keep an eye on you until... yes, until reinforcements arrived.
That won't be necessary. I'll go of my own will.
I'm glad to hear that. Ask Lewis for the tickets. Sally should instruct him to collect the tickets from a travel agency in the next town.
Thank you, Bates. Where are the ladies?
They've retired. The last few days were very stressful for them.
You know, there must still be an unknown antagonist.
Yes, I believe someone was working with Miss Angelina.
Someone from the castle?
Or from the village. At least someone who really knows their way around.
And ultimately cleared their partner out of the way.
But who? That's the question. Oh my god. Yeah, I see how this inspired your love of fucking drama, Chicky. And I will say I do disagree slightly. This is a hair under Spanish telenovela. This is still, like, audio drama level shenanigans, but it's not quite as insane as a telenovela gets. Maybe if this was, like, within the early seasons, like the first 5. Because, like, most of the ones I've heard of have been around for, like, 15 or more seasons. There's one I know of that's been running since, like, the fucking 70s. But we can parse all that next time! Because I am well over time for this game.